Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail. My name is Dwayne and my wife is Belinda. And in this video, we are going to give you a tour of the Broadslab Distillery in Benson, North Carolina. In the previous video, you saw our travel day to get to this destination. So we hope that you enjoy it. We surely did. And thank you so much for coming on the journey with us. The Broadslab Distillery is a family-owned business located on family land and has been in the family for several years.
Not at all.
Oh, I guess let's get a little closer so we can hear, I guess.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
This was a great tour. The tour lasted about 35 to 40 minutes, and there is a cost for the tour. People on this thing.
Oh, gosh, I know. It's crowded.
Yeah, you.
The old cotton trailer got cut down. We built that thing several years ago. So it's a nice rig to be homemade.
Yeah.
We just stained it. We started on that building up there, but we re-stained the tram. We got to do all these buildings, fences, and everything.
Oh man, this is nice.
So like once every 6 or 7 years.
This is nice.
So if you guys want to have a seat right up front in front of the television screen, I'll get us started watching the video, that video is going to give you a behind the scenes look at what we do here on the farm and at the distillery, what we make, how we make it, where our name came from, give you a little bit of backdrop and history and behind the scenes look, and a lot of information in just a few minutes. And once we get done with that, we're going to walk over to the other side over here, and I'll carry you through the production facility and show you around. I actually got the steel room. Operating the distillery and associated farms. Broadslab Distillery is North Carolina's first farm distillery since Prohibition, and we are a true family-owned and operated dirt-to-bottle distillery. We farm just over 100 acres of non-GMO corn, rye, and barley. These varied grains are used to produce our whiskeys. We take great pride in utilizing a true grassroots, hands-on approach to operating our distillery.
Is there anything I should not take a video of?
No, you can take a video of anything. Just watch your step.
Okay.
In front of the fermenters, there's some valves sticking out.
Okay.
And don't touch any of this because it's very, very hot right now. Usually things are a little bit different today than normal. Usually you walk in, we'd have these fermenters full of mash fermenting. Those are 1,000-gallon fermenters. But we got so busy this week with soybean harvest and everything that was going on, and weather, I decided not to mash in. And we pumped in last week's fermentation into the stripping still, and it's sitting in there loaded, ready to be distilled. It'll be distilled either tomorrow or Monday. Today we're doing a finishing run. So I'll kind of start from the beginning and tell you the whole process. Everything starts in this vessel. That's a dual-purpose piece of equipment, a mash tun and a stripping still. That white pipe over the top is actually a grain auger that goes outside of the building to the grain bins. And what we do is we pre-mill the grain before we auger it into those bins. They're sitting on load cells like scales, and then we auger in that milled grain into the ton. We start out with water, about 850 gallons of water, heated up to 190 degrees. It's like cooking a big pot of grits. We'll just cook that grain until everything gets kind of thick and clumpy. The starch is being released. Then we'll add enzymes and convert those starches into fermentable sugars. Then we cool it down using that tube and shell chiller up there on the wall, series of pipes. You see, at our rye at a lower temperature, cook it for an hour and a half. Then we'll lower the temperature again to about 150. Add our barley malt, and I'm saying all this, but this is about a 12-hour period. The last crash cool goes from about 150 down to about 68 or 70 degrees, where we'll add the yeast to it. Stir everything up, and we pump it over to the fermenter. It sits here for about 6 days and let the yeast consume the fermentable sugars that we created. And once they've consumed all the sugar, we got distiller's beer that's about 10 or 11% alcohol. Then we'll pump it back into that same unit and do a strip distillation. And basically strip all the alcohol out of that 1,000 gallons, and it'll yield about 250 gallons. But it concentrates the alcohol up to about 35% or 70 proof.
Wow.
Then what we do, once we do that twice, we'll do both of those fermenters. That'll give us 500 gallons of stripping run. We'll fill this copper still, and we do what we call a finish run. That's what I'm doing today. It gets distilled one more time in the pot, another time in the doubling keg, and then it gets condensed in the condenser. So technically, when it's finished, it's 3 times distilled. 1, 2, 3. And out of both of those fermenters, 2,000 gallons of mash, 5,000 pounds of grain, 2 stripping runs, 1 final distillation. The end result is about 240 to 50 gallons of 140 proof whiskey. Woo! I'll show you something. I got it. I actually pumped some out while I got to buy me some time.
140
this
proof.
thing has been filled up. I'm getting close to the end of it. We'll fill it up twice, 2.5 times, and then we hold it off so we pump it over next door.
So this is
That's whiskey.
that's the finished product.
That's actually right.
the highest temperature?
You see how all this equipment we build. So like, you will never see another mash tun of stripping steel. Like I hadn't even ever seen one that even resembled it. It's totally, a design I came up with. It's direct fire. It's got a 6-inch stainless steel heat exchanger. Each one of those agitators runs a big agitator inside the vessel, keeps that grain moving fast enough they don't have an opportunity to stick and scorch. It's just like cooking a pot of grits. If it gets steel, it'll start sticking and scorching.
Right.
It's got a traditional style whiskey helmet on it. Like I said, the white pipe is the grain auger the grain in. The load cell is basically the bins are sitting on the scales, and the indicator's over on the wall. So, like our bourbon recipe calls for 1,750 pounds of corn. I just look at my starting weight and auger in 1,750 pounds. We make 3 different mash bills. Our bourbon is 70% corn, 25% rye, 5% malt. Total grain about 2,500 pounds. Our rye whiskey is reversed. It's 70% rye, 25% corn, 5% malt. There again, 2,500 pounds of grain. Roughly 3 pounds, 3 pounds for every gallon of water. So once it's fermented, distilled, and produced over there, the next place it comes is right here to the scale. I'll take a weight, a proof, and a temperature. That'll give me the exact volume. And there's a definition and laws on this whiskey, like you have to meet certain criteria. Bourbon has to be made in the United States, has to be at least 51% corn, has to be aged in a brand new American white oak barrel, cannot be distilled over 160 proof, can't be barreled over 125 proof, can't be bottled under 80 proof. Oh, I think I got all of them. So we're under 160 because we're averaging about 140 off the steel. But that's too high to barrel, so we have to proof it down. So once we determine the proof and the volume, we'll actually add distilled water by weight and temperature also. And we use distilled water so it don't add any off flavors or minerals, and we can proof it down without affecting the alcohol. We proof ours down to 115, that's what we barrel at. And then other products like our corn whiskey, we'll proof it to 100. For rum, we'll proof it down to 80. But this thing's actually got a little ultraviolet light in it to make sure no bacteria grows in the freshly distilled water. But that's what we use for that.
They don't do that on process. They send it to enough area in Ohio,
And then they try
and
to
then they
make,
bring it back with their name on the bottle.
but then they try to see on it that it's small craft.
Yeah.
I see that over and over.
I
and
was
over.
like, so where is your processing?
I have been to distilleries that won't tell you any different. They're like, yeah, we make everything from scratch and we use local made grains. And when you can walk through the facility and around the facility like I'm doing, you can, if you know anything about it, you can tell really, really quick what's going on.
What's going on, yeah.
Some of them just flat out lying. But so another thing, if you go to a distillery, anywhere that you're producing a lot of alcohol or storing a lot of alcohol, these roofs are supposed to be silver because it's galvanized tin, but they're covered with like this black mold. You see it on that lower roof there. If you stand back from them, they are black. You see it all over this building here. The nickname's called whiskey mold. It's not. It's a non-toxic mold, but like if you go to Jack Daniels, they've been there for a long, long time. And they produce a lot of whiskey. The trees are black with it. That whiskey mold grows on everything. So we do good housekeeping, but that's just a natural occurrence. You can kind of see it on that brown.
It's a natural effect of.
It even shows up on the brown.
Yeah.
And that door is supposed to be beige. But, if you do, take a mental note of those barrels with the heads blowed out, and I'll tell you about that once we get inside. So this is probably the best smelling place. And once we, like I said, our grain storage, we do have a couple grain bins about a mile from here. We got some here on this farm. But we mill all our grain on site behind the tractor. So once we grow it, we harvest it, we store it, then we'll come back, we'll mill it, then we'll drive the tractor right here and we'll auger it into the bin, and then we'll mash it, distill it, produce it. The end result, when we get done and it's proofed, we'll fill these barrels up, and basically we just bring them right out here in the back and stick them in the racks, and they're here to get aged and get matured.
How long is aging?
So we haven't released anything under 2 years. We'll never release anything under at 2 years again, because next time we release it, it'll be 3 years. Okay. And then the next time it'll probably be 4 years. But we've got a really good whiskey even at 2 years because of the flue cured process. There's a little bit shy of 200 barrels in here right now. about 10,000 gallons of whiskey. This warehouse holds 1,008, so when we fill it up, there'll be a little over 50,000 gallons in here. Probably take us the next 3 years to fill it up. We only make about, now we can produce more than we do, but we only make about 2.5 barrels a week because we're farming and keeping the grounds up and working on stuff. And we just kind of, and honestly, the main contributing factor is what we can afford to make, because we have to buy the barrels, make the whiskey, and it, you know, we got $1,000, $1,200 a barrel in it, just our cost.
Absolutely. To do that, you need to refuel. You need respite care for yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to. I told them, I said either.
Get a picture of this. So guys, we just went on an awesome tour of the distillery and all that kind of stuff. Now we're on a tractor ride back, and he's got lights in the back of the tractor, which allowed me to do this video. We headed back up to the main building of the distillery, as you saw.
And it's Broadslab Distillery.
Broadslab Distillery. And they have an awesome event center. They have Airbnb facilities. Oh, it is just an awesome harvest host.
Yeah, a bar with gift shop.
Yeah.
And it's really a nice place.
It's a hidden gem, but you think just a little bar and all on the highway is it? But man, once you come back here on the other part of the property, it is awesome.
We actually got to see how they make the bourbons and the rye. They make bourbon, rye, rum, and foreign liquor.
And I like what he said. It's family owned, and it's from dirt to bottle.
Yes.
Which I thought was pretty cool. Dirt to bottle. All right.
It's finished. I got something we've been thinking on. It's got heart pine floors, and it's got its own bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, balcony, deck, and I think I'm going to do a Airbnb.
Airbnb up there.
Nice.
Man.
Well, we're going to put all this.
The back of barn. Well, you can't see.
Thank you so much for the thank you so much.
Yes.
We really enjoyed.
Wrong class.
Where y'all from?
We're from North Carolina, but we are full time. And we're from Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
And we full time, but we've never changed our doctors. So we came back to Goldsboro to go to the doctor visits.
Right.
And then I found out I had to have cataract surgery. So I had one surgery 2 weeks ago, and I've got my right eye to do Monday.
Okay.
So that's why we had to extend our stay here.
Well, I hope everything goes well.
All right, guys. We are at Broadslab Distillery. We met this lady 3 weeks ago, and we've been back 3 times because of her. This is Tika.
Hey.
So tell us a little bit about what you do here in Broadslab.
So here at Broadslab, this is my bar. As you can see, I am the bar manager and head bartender here. I've been bartending 21 years. I take care of everyone that comes in here, and I love it.
And we can truly say that she does take care of her people. I mean, I think everybody that has come in here has come directly to her and say, hey, she knows everybody. She knows people by name.
She knows their drink before they get in.
She knows their drinks. Yes. And she has fixed us a couple of drinks that I probably will be.
She's going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was good. But yeah. And then we went on the tour with Jeremy, who is the owner,
Yes,
correct?
he's the owner.
And it was an amazing tour. So guys, if you are ever in this area, make sure this is a Harvest Host. Of all,
I think this has become our favorite Harvest Host.
So make sure, if you are a Harvest Host participant, make sure you make your way to Broadslab Distillery. Is this considered Benson?
Benson, but in the community, it's Meadow.
Meadow.
Meta.
That's right, Meadow.
Make sure that you come to Benson Meadow and visit Broadslab Distillery. Spend the night. They have 5 sites over here.
Mm-hmm.
It is just amazing. We are floored. And take the tour. If you don't do anything else, if you don't drink anything, just take the tour. And you will be amazed.
And there's a food truck.
They have food trucks on weekends.
On the weekend,
on
Saturdays.
They have an event center. They have Airbnb.
Yep.
They got it going on.
Yeah, we
here.
just found out about the Airbnb.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So make sure you come. This is a Harvest Host. We are doing a Harvest Host commercial for Broadslab. But make sure you come in and you tell TK that All About the Banks sent you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything but a smile and a hello.
That's right.
But,
And good service. Very good service.
She gives great service. So make sure you come in and talk to her.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys. So we're walking back. And the blue light that you see in the video right now is actually the camper. So I turned everything on, turned the lights on. I don't know how well this camera's picking up, but you just walk across. Let me see if I can get the shot of that's where the distillery is. And then over here is where the camper is. There's 3 campers here. So there's no lights out here to say, but I don't think there's been one that we've been to that there's been like lights, except for parking lot. So this is really nice. One camper over there and one camper over there. So, how was your day?
It was a good day. We left Conway, or Sun Outdoors, Myrtle Beach. We traveled to Benson Meadow, North Carolina. And now we're at a Harvest Host called Broadslab Distillery. And we had a great afternoon touring Broadslab and taste testing. And now I'm sitting down to write in my journal about my day. Because we watch
TV.
And watch TV. But because we are boondocking. Boondocking?
Boondocking.
Yeah, boondocking. They don't have any hookups here at this Harvest Host. So I'm in the bed because it's nice and cozy in here. And yeah, it was a good day. It was a very good day. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, everybody, from Benson, North Carolina. We had a very quiet night last night. It wasn't bad at all. Temperature got down to about 39. That light is not doing me justice. The temperature got down to like 39 degrees, and we were pretty comfortable. We had plenty of covers on the bed. With our unit with the lifted bedroom, the heat actually stays up there. So in our bedroom, it's normally warmer than it is down here in the kitchen. We didn't have any heat on last night. We tried that. with the covers and all, I think it got down to like 55 in here, but it wasn't too bad. We slept through the night, got up once or twice just to check, see if what the batteries were doing. So we started off yesterday when we unhooked, when we got here about 4 o'clock with 100%, and watched TV last night, whatever we needed to do after we came from over at the distillery. And we got up this morning. Let me show you. This morning we got 75% left, and it's inverting this morning. It's getting 45 watts of solar as the sun comes up. I did get up about an hour ago and turn on the gas heat. So the gas heat's running now. It's been running, well, maybe 45 minutes. It's not pulling much. It pulls a DC load, so it's not pulling very much at all. Matter of fact, it just went off. I had it set to 60. So overall, our first cold night with the batteries, and that whole setup went really well. I think what we'll probably try next is with the heat on at least to 60 degrees, and see how that goes overnight. So we have really enjoyed this Harvest Host, and I think this is probably going to be one of our go-tos, especially in this area. We got several go-tos now in this area. So now we're getting ready to get everything together, and we're going to get some breakfast. We don't have to be at the other campground until check-in or thereabouts. So we're going to take our time. We got about a 30-minute ride to get breakfast, and then we're going to mess around over there, go to Raleigh Oaks, and get this. Lynn's going to get her other eye done tomorrow. And man, we'll be close to being ready to go south to Florida if everything goes well. So stay tuned, guys. We really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching and all that kind of stuff. Look, there's another video coming right behind this one, somewhere in here. So stop, take a look at that one. Give us a like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you later. And then, you know, we always say this too. Enjoy the journey on the way to your destination. We'll see you guys later. We'll be banking out.
Through captures and clips, we share the delight. Together we rise, brighter than the night. Enjoy the journey on the way to your destination.